Hi guys, welcome back. EryxUK here with my fifth gaming update. It's been a month since the last one, and what's happened? I'll start with Magic the Gathering. As some of you know who may have followed these videos before, I have got disillusioned with Magic over the last few months. Mixture of Twinkie players and the power creep in the game has pretty much destroyed my enjoyment of it. So I've sold off all my Magic cards bar one small deck, which was two 30-card demo decks basically stuck together with one or two cards added, and that's it. I'm going to keep that on the off chance that I find someone who isn't a power gamer and is just looking for a friendly game, and I'll use that. Otherwise, Magic, my time with Magic is at an end, and I've got rid of it. It's a shame because I really used to enjoy Magic. I got into it, the Ice Age, Homelands, Alliances block, and played through until I think just after the Prophecy set. So, for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years I played, and the power creep at that point just made me give up. It's a shame, but I think Magic is a victim of its own success these days. 40k wise, the league has just wrapped up. We've wrapped it up early because the guy that won hasn't lost a single game so far, and there is no way we worked out that anyone can catch up with him. So rather than just continue playing for the sake of it, if people want to play friendly games, then play friendly games. But we're pretty much wrapped up when he has won. Which is kind of nice because I think that, as I've probably mentioned before, this league kind of went on a little too long. The idea of getting everybody involved was perhaps a little too beyond the pale. But it's given people the opportunity to either take a break from playing Warhammer, as I am, or they are practicing ready for the Warhammer Fantasy Doubles League, which is taking up the second half of the year for the club. I don't play Warhammer Fantasy anymore because I think it's a terrible game. That's my opinion. I'm not going to berate anyone who does enjoy it, but I can't stand it. So it's giving me the rest of the year to come up with what we're doing for the 40k for next spring-summer. At the moment, it's looking like we're going to do a map-based system. I've been fed up of doing leagues for a while. I've been looking for other ideas, and recently, whilst we were sitting down in the pub watching the footy, a couple of the guys and I were talking about it, and we decided we're going to do a map. We're putting forward the idea of a map-based system. Basically, the idea we found a map online on a website that is basically a how-to and suggestions and ideas sort of thing for wargaming. And this was something someone posted up there. This is the map that they used, sort of thing, which is a nice Starfield map with various planets and a big sort of warp rift or something running through the middle of it. And I don't know who it was who posted that, but thank you for doing so. We're going to give it a try with this map and see what we can do. I've only come up with a background story so far, the beginnings of, because there's no point doing the mechanics until I've seen what the new 6th edition rules are like. I pick up my rulebook this Saturday. Although, as of today, there are photos and reports from people who have seen the preview 6th edition rulebooks in their Games Workshop stores, so we know now what the changes are, but I want to have them look in hand so that as I'm working it all out, I know what I need to adjust or what have you. So I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, what's going on? We had another EryxUK's tournament yesterday, our second. This one was a 300-point only characters with the past and or no keywords can be used. The way I'm running the EryxUK's tournaments is I'm trying to merge both universes, DC and Marvel. We don't have a lot of DC fans, but we've got some people who like to play the models, and a player or a couple of players who have trouble basically going around why are Batman and Spider-Man on the same game. So trying to combine the universes is a way, at least within the story, they can turn around and go, right, I understand now. But so the idea is that something has happened in the future and it has reverberated back through time and meshed the two universes together. So the second scenario, this one, was basically Second World War. I think it was based off of an episode of the Justice League cartoon I saw many years ago. So 300 points past all Loki words. I went for a team of Captain America and Dum Dum Duggan from the Howling Commandos with Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy, simply because I realised that it had the past keyword, and I used to read the comics with Devil Dinosaur when I was a kid, so that was nice. My first game was phenomenal, but after that I just didn't win anything. There's too many quite powerful Hydra based teams, which is what I expected to face and what I expected to win. Now, as the organiser, I'm not supposed to get anything because it's my enjoyment of setting this up and letting the guys play, but everyone had a unanimous I should get the sportsmanship prize simply for playing the dinosaur, apparently. So thank you guys, it's much appreciated. The next one we're doing is a little less restrictive. It's a 500 point game where if you have 4 or more characters with the same team ability but different names, if they're adjacent to another character with that team ability, then they get +1 to their attacks. The idea being that we've done a restrictive one now, with it only being +4. This one lets you build a bigger team, a theme team, and try out different characters with a benefit. So looking forward to that. Roleplay wise, my roleplay game, my Pathfinder, is going quite well. I posted the recent update about an hour ago. We got a new player, or potential new player, which was nice. We'll have to see if he works out. The other GM who takes over, who plays the other alternate Sundays, runs the other alternate Sundays, we've had to have a word with him. I honestly don't remember if I mentioned it in the last video, but basically he tends to use a lot of creatures that drop darkness effects, thus reducing our combat efficiency and making percentage checks if we hit anything or what have you. And we basically had a polite excuse me, but we're getting a little bit fed up with seeing the same thing over and over again. And I think he's kind of taken it. He's taken it well. He's taken it to heart, and we didn't run into anything like that in the last session. In fact, the last session was really rather fun. There's a lot of role play involved, which my halfling got to do most of, which is quite odd, really, because my halfling is a bit odd and doesn't really interact well with others. The alternate Friday night game. Occasionally, you'll hear me grumble about that on this vid. And the last time we played, I really had a grumble. Basically, we're stuck on a pirate island, as it were. We've unleashed some horrible, blood-draining thing from the dawn of time, and we're trying to escape with our captive prisoner to get back to the mainland so that he can see trial. The boat that's supposed to be waiting for us is gone. It's not where we left it. So the party decides it's going to hide in the undergrowth. Fine, not a problem. There's some big debate what we should do. Yeah, cool roleplay. And then the GM says that we notice a boat flying a pirate flag come around the headland. It's all decked up with ballista and so forth. It's obviously a patrol ship, just in case there's anyone from the mainland basically coming here to try and do away with the pirates or whatever. Unfortunately, I think myself and one other failed our stealth checks, and basically we were spotted, or they think they spotted something, and they set a rowboat down with about 6 or 7 pirates in it to investigate. Now, I'm arguing we should pull back into the jungle and wait them out. No, everybody else wants to attack them. And we ended up with about a 2.5 hour fight sequence with the pirates on the beach, which we dealt with quite adequately, but then they're shooting badly, to be fair, because you can't exactly aim a ballista very well, trying to shoot us from there and fire arrows. We're trying to fire arrows back. It just got really, really silly, and then for some reason our resident big tough fighter guy basically decides he's going to push the pirate's boat out and take the pirate boat by himself. And I could just feel my energy and enthusiasm for the game kind of dropping away at this point. And eventually everyone basically just jumped in the boat after him, a real nightmare of a situation, we managed to actually take the boat without loss of life. But it was just like a 2.5 hour fight that we could have avoided if the players had been sensible. But I'm grumbling a little bit on that. But the GM is good. He's got a good story. I'm enjoying the storytelling, but he's got to learn a few things, and the party's got to learn to gel better together. There's one or two players that just don't fit very well, and their role-playing style just is somewhat inimical to everybody else. And you can kind of tell as the sessions go along that there may be problems with the game. After a month hiatus, our Dark Heresy game is back on, and it went phenomenal. We actually wrapped up the current storyline. Unfortunately, kind of, though, we took the big bad villain of the piece down far too easily. We were incredibly lucky, I think, but we just dropped him in about 3 rounds of combat. But it didn't spoil it. Actually, we were kind of like, yay. So now it's a case of deciding what we do next and where we go, or what have you. That's tomorrow night, that session, so I'm looking forward to it muchly. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's a month's worth. I don't think that's all in one go, but that's a month's worth of gaming. And we've got more stuff coming up over the next month or so, because there's 2 new EryxUK's sets released. There's some Magic tournaments coming up. The club is going to be very, very busy for a while, I think. And the role-playing, which is obviously separate to the club, is hopefully going to get better and better as we go. Anyway, that's the last month for me. Until next time, take care and good gaming.